Hello folks and welcome once again to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here, and for those of you who are new or for those of you that are first time watching, I'll just tell you what my channel's about. It's about collecting and watching physical media, but to be honest with you, looking through these piles, I've clearly done more collecting than I have done watching recently, and that can, become an issue, but I'm debating myself here because I like to have a variety of movies, ones that I haven't seen before, maybe see a clip on YouTube Shorts or something like that and go, oh, I can go and watch that now, I've got that. So, that's what it is, what it is. I don't know why I try and justify it. I like to buy what I want to buy, and if it's there for me to watch when I'm ready, then that's fine. And there you go. A lot of people do it differently and buy just ones that they really, really want to watch, and that's fine. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. So let's get into it. I actually had to watch import my own video import collection part one just to make sure I wasn't showing you any duplicates. And I've actually got a big pile here, and I've actually got a third pile. So I'm probably gonna have to make another two, maybe even another 3 videos, because there is so many imports that I actually have and I didn't realise. So what I would say to you is if I do start talking about one again, it's because I'm not organised. So sorry about that. But for part 2, we'll start off with, I've just put this pile in random order, so let's start off with the first one on the top. In fact, let's get a drink first. There's a wee bit of water to wet the whistle. So what have we got to start? Oh, yes. I shouldn't have known that one was on the top because I just took it off the shelf a few minutes ago. This should really go with my Morgan Freeman collection ones, but it's different. But so here we go. Outbreak. I do not believe there's a UK Blu-ray of this. Really, really good disaster movie about a virus attacking the planet, and Dustin Hoffman and Rene Russo are scientists trying to stop it, trying to trace down the carrier, which happens to be a monkey. Really enjoy that one. What's rattling about in there? It's the DVD, but you know what? I've decided if I've got the Blu-ray, I'm not keeping the DVDs anymore, so that can go in the pile. I've got a big pile of DVDs here to get rid of just single discs, so I'll just take that out and put that in there. So that one can go back right on the shelf right away, can it? There we go. Nicely done. What do we got next? It's another Morgan Freeman one. I should just put that beside Outbreak. In fact, I will. It's not the sequel to Kiss the Girls, but it's the follow-up, Along Came a Spider. This is based on the Alex Cross books. I watched Kiss the Girls, I thought it was a good movie. And this is the follow-up. Again, can't get a UK Blu-ray of this. And I enjoy this one. It's been a long time since I've seen Along Came a Spider. I used to watch, I had a 3-box with Kiss the Girls, Along Came a Spider, and another one. I don't know what it was on DVD a long time ago, and I used to watch them repeatedly. So that one can, in fact, that one can just go slide right in beside Outbreak, can it? And if I can find Kiss the Girls, whenever that is, I'll put that there. I'll put that there too. I don't know if I showed you Kiss the Girls in the first part or not. I don't think I did. What we got next? Now, this was a gift from Larry. I really appreciate him getting me this. My dad took me to see this movie in the cinema when I was a kid. I remember because he took me and my sister because Mum was going to the doctors to find out about another child that was happening, my other sister. So he took us to see this while she was in there, because I used to get the Storyteller books, which was a cassette tape and a little magazine, and each week you got a story, and it had a story with 15 parts or something like that as the part of the first story, and a couple other little stories and other ones that continued. And the first story in Storyteller was The Wizard of Oz. So I was really into The Wizard of Oz then. I think I must have been about 6 or 7. maybe even 8. And my dad took me to see this, and the Wheelers, they freaked me out. I still think this is a good movie. I really enjoy it. I also remember having a little toy and making him into like a Playmobil toy and pretending he was TikTok from the film. But the wheelies are crazy in this, and I had this on DVD for ages, and I really wanted to upgrade to the Blu-ray. I've watched this, and I thought it was good quality, and it was really hard to get that one. I believe. Well, it is really hard to get that one, and I think it's quite expensive, and I just never had managed to get it. But Larry sent me it, so that was a really good one. Really, really enjoy that. Sometimes, when you're just going through your collection, it does bring up memories of things you're doing as a kid and happy times. So that's part of physical media. I think holding the object, it's not the same as you've got on digital and you can just play it. I love to own this. Next one we've got. Oh, I do not believe this is a official release, but it is a Blu-ray of Song of the South. I've had that for a long time, and not had this for a long time. I've had this for a while, but I've not watched it for a long time. I do remember Zippity-Doo Dah, 1947. This was made in, and Disney won't release this, for the racial connotations in it. But again, it's like erasing history, right? Were there things wrong at the time? Yeah, of course they were. But don't pretend it didn't happen, because if you pretend it don't happen and you erase your history, then you learn, then you repeat those mistakes. So, keep it, watch it, learn from it. That's what I would say. So very happy to have that one too. Again, that was Larry that sent me that one. He sent me that one, this one, and the next one, I think. He did. He sent me The Black Hole, which is another Disney Blu-ray exclusive, and I've watched this as well. I was about to say, it's a good movie. It is, but it doesn't hold up as well, I don't think, as Return to Oz in there, but it's still great to own this one. And why you can only get these in the Disney Movie Club, God knows. Because they should be released. There's a lot of other ones like the Mighty Ducks, the Herbie movies, 2000 Leagues Under the Sea that I want to get, but you're just too expensive. People are starting to put them up for £100 and stuff on eBay. You're like, it's a movie. You should be paying £5-10. 15 for new if it was brand new released. But there you go. What have we got next? Oh yes, a Spanish release. I had the German release targeted on my Amazon for ages, but it just never came up. Or if it did come up, it was like £50, £40. So I picked up the Spanish release of the Christopher Lambert sci-fi prison movie, Fortress. Christopher Lambert and his wife are on the run because they've got a pregnancy that's not been authorised, and they both get sent to jail. And the runner of the jail has got his eye on Christopher Lambert's wife, and he tries to escape and things like that. It's also got the guy out of Deep Space Nine who plays Weyoun and the Andorian and all those. Jeffrey Combs, that's his name, and he's in there too as one of his cellmates. I think again this is like another 90s cheesy sci-fi action film, and I enjoy it. So again, glad to pick that up. What we got next? Oh, I watched this. Kevin Costner, as you know, I'm a bit of Kevin Costner fan, and this is Draft Day. Basically, he plays an NFL general manager going through a hard time with his team, and he's got to work things out for his team on draft day. And it's quite complicated, and I enjoy that type of thing. I thought it was a really, really good movie. Damage the cover. Careful. That's Draft Day with Kevin Costner. What have we got next? I don't know why I'm playing YouTube on my computer while I'm watching. Let me put that back for next time. I'm just believe it or not, I'm watching another guy's shelf episode. So there we go. Oh yes, I said that the other day. I think this is either Spanish or German release of Greenland. Had the Blu-ray. This was on, I think it was Rareways for £7.68 or something like that. So I do enjoy it. A good Gerard Butler sci-fi asteroid attack goes along with other asteroid attack movies like Deep Impact and Armageddon. That's another one that should get a 4K is Armageddon. So happy to add that one to the collection as well. I don't know why I'm saying happy. I had them already did because this is going through my was what I'm just saying. I'm happy to have it. What is the next one? Oh, I haven't watched this yet. Again, you can't get over here. It's Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, and for the longest time, I didn't know they were brothers because Charlie Sheen. That isn't. I don't think that's his. Not his. I don't think Charlie Sheen's his real name, as far as I know. And Martin Sheen, whose appearance is, he changed his name to Martin Sheen for. I think it was reasons in the past that, like Estevez and things like that, Spanish names didn't do well in Hollywood. Same did Charlie Sheen done the same, but Emilio Estevez kept his same name. But it's Men at Work, and I haven't seen it yet, but I did want to, and that's why I bought it. What we got next? Oh yes, Gerard Butler in Gamer. I just found this it's so inappropriate, and it knows what it's doing. Basically, it's the future, and prisoners get controlled by gamers, and they get like this chip implanted, and they have to go through battles and things like that, and they get really killed, and they do other stuff and that, and it's so inappropriate, and I just think it's a great film. And Larry again upgraded me that from the Blu-ray, so really happy with that. I've watched this a few times. I really do enjoy that one. What do we got next? Oh, yes. I thought this would come in a thin case because it's a German release, but no. It came in a nice thick case. And what is that? It's the Colin Farrell thriller. Kiefer Sutherland is also in it. Phone booth. Basically, a guy answers a call in a phone booth and things go from there. I don't know why it's in a thing in case, because I've never seen a German one like that before. But there you go. I really enjoy this film. I watched it recently, and then I realised you can't get the Blu-ray for it, so I got it. I say recently, it could have been a year ago, could have been a year and a half ago. Recently is a very loose term, isn't it? But it's The Butterfly Effect. Sci-fi, time travel. Excellent movie, I think. Ashton Kutcher and Amy Smart, and I really would like to watch that again. That's a very rewatchable movie for me. Basically, the guy has blackouts, but when he's an adult, what happens with those blackouts? Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I've seen this, but I've only seen it once, and I knew you couldn't get a Blu-ray of it. And it's got Leah Thompson, Eric Stokes in it, which is quite ironic considering they should have been in Back to the they were supposed to be in Back to the Future together, but Eric Stokes got fired, didn't he? So it's something kind of wonderful. I've only seen this the once, but I thought, it's probably when I was getting 3 for 15 or something. I've added that to it. I think it is a good movie, but I've only watched it the once, so let me get onto that one again. Oh, again, another German Blu-ray, which I have never seen. And again, I got on a good deal. It was Lolita. Never seen this one. So can't tell you much about it. I know what the story is, so that's why I bought. Obviously know that's why I bought it. I knew it was an interesting film, but I've got the general premise, but I've not got enough premise to tell you about it. So we'll move on from there. Oh yes, here we go. Another two that I got that I really. Everybody says this is an Indiana Jones ripoff. This was on the TV all the time when I was a kid. I had it videoed, and it's King Solomon's Mines. It's got the guy from Indiana Jones in it that plays Indiana Jones's friend. And it's got Richard Chamberlain and Sharon Stone, and it's King Solomon's Mine. I always really liked this film, and I always remember when the guy is, I don't spoil it, but the guy's one of the guys is forcing them to eat diamonds so he can, so he can keep them on. And I think this was on a deal at the time, and I didn't know there was a second one, so I've not seen it yet. And that is, it's Richard Quartermain in the Lost City of Gold, I think it's called. But glad to get King Solomon's Mines, because I used to watch that on tape all the time. I remember in the big pot with the cannibals. That's another good one. So again, very happy to have these. Next, I think this has just been added to Netflix recently as well. This is the only film that Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman are in together, and they didn't have a scene apparently in the whole film. But because they didn't work together, I think they asked for a scene to be put in, and that happened. It's also John Cusack and Rachel Weisz, and that's Runaway Jury, about justice in America. How can you get out of it by bribing the jury? There's always a way. There's always some way to get out of it. I think that's a good thriller. I don't know if it's a John Grisham one, but that's what it would remind me, a John Grisham one. See what I mean? Went through about, how many have I went through now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 16, and there's still a pile of 10 there, and there's another pile of 20 over there. So let's see what we do. I'm going to take a wee bit of water first before we continue. Oh, the original Stalingrad, digital remastered. Good war movie, that one. Again, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I did want it on Blu-ray, so I've got it. Do you like a war film? I just watched Bridget Remagen, or is it Remagen? I don't know what you want to call it, but it's Bridget Remagen the other day. I think it was last Sunday afternoon, and I watched that on Amazon Prime, and I think it was Bushman Blue picking that up from Amazon Germany for about £7, and that's one I've not got, so that one is definitely on my list to get next. Bridge from Remagen. What was the other one I seen? Did he pick up as well? The Guns in Navarone on 4K. That'd be good. See, there's always fun to have when you're collecting and watching movies. I think always the next one to get, always the ones to watch. There we go. What do we got next? Another thriller with Johnny Depp. Creepy. I really enjoy it. The Ninth Gate. All about a mysterious book. Yeah, that is one of my favourites. I don't know why that isn't available over here. I don't know why lots of these are available over here, but I'm pretty sure 90% of the ones I've said aren't. Now, these ones here, these were released on Arrow, and at the time, the Arrow ones were like 10 or 12 pound, and these were £4. So I thought, you know what, I'll take them. I can always watch them later. To be fair, I've not watched a lot of my Arrow stuff, so these being left out and not unwatched isn't surprising. But what it did mean is it meant that I got them for like a third of the price I would have paid on Arrow. And it's the exact same copies of the movie, I believe, which is Happy Hell Night and The Suckling. So I can't tell you much about them because it's in German and I don't know what about them, but they're ready for me there. If I, become a millionaire, have a luxurious life, don't have to go to work, and just sit, watch movies at night time. Obviously you do other things as well, but it's just for when I've got a bit more time on my hands, maybe when the kids are growing up a wee bit more. if I make it. Oh yes, Frank Langella, Dolph Lundgren. You know what we're talking about. I think this has just been released on 88 Films over here, but I have the Danish release of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The only thing about this is it really should have been set in Eternia, I think, instead of Earth. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's like Howard the Duck. Listen, Howard the Duck. People give him a hard time, but sometimes you've just got to, you know, forget reality for a while and think, no, this is a fantasy movie. And I thought it was a really good one. I think this almost bankrupted Canon, didn't it? They took all the budget for Superman 4 and put it in this one as well, I think. It's also got Tom Paris from Voyager and Courtney Cox from Friends. Now, this is one I should really get onto, and I will. I have seen it digitally, and it's a classic, but you can't get it on Blu-ray. And Larry sent me it as well. It's Seabiscuit with Tobey Maguire, Jeff Bridges, and Chris Cooper. Now, I think Tobey Maguire is a very good actor. I think out of all the Spider-Mans, he's the best one. Andrew Garfield's pretty good. I'm not saying Tom Holland's bad. I'm not saying Andrew Garfield's bad. But for the original Spider-Man, the one I seen in the cinema, I went to watch it. It was Tobey Maguire. And I think he's a good actor. And I think this movie proves it. Could be wrong. But, well, people might think I'm wrong. There you go. And what next have we got? Another Gene Hackman film. Film that I had on VHS or videotape. And could not get it for the longest time. I think this is the Spanish release of it. Great picture quality. Danny Glover and Gene Hackman. And basically they remade this a few years later, essentially, in Behind Enemy Lines. But I think Bat 21's a great movie. Basically, Gene Hackman's a colonel, and he gets trapped behind enemy lines, and he has to make his way to the drop zone. And Danny Glover's in a plane helping him. One I acquired recently in the charity shop. I haven't seen it yet, but it was an addition to my Zenzo Washington collection. The Hurricane. And I did put it in just to check to see if it was region free, and it is because it's a US release, but it does appear to be region free. Yeah, I got that from the shop when I got the caravan in Dunbar, so happy to get that. What we got next? Dreamcatcher. Stephen King one. Again, it was one I fancied watching. I haven't watched it yet. It was in a really good deal on Amazon German again, so I took it. Well, I could, because I don't think there's a UK one. Ooh. Picked this one up recently. I think this is a good movie. It's Disclosure with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore. And Demi Moore becomes a powerful boss, and it's a reverse sexual harassment type of thing. But when Michael Douglas plays that card, they try to, as they probably do with anyone that does that kind of stuff, try to get rid of him sneakily, but doesn't allow it. A lot of Demi Moore movies aren't out over here. Did I put the other ones on? I think they're in another pile, so I'll show you them as well. Next, a Mel Gibson movie that I was wanting to watch for a long time. I have seen it 3 or 4 times, and it's The Man Without a Face. I think this is an underrated movie. Basically, Mel Gibson is scarred. He's got damage to his face, hates the world and hates everybody else, but your friend's a young boy. Sort of like Pay It Forward. Another one that should get a Blu-ray. Shouldn't it? Pay It Forward. There we go. And the last one for this part of the Emperor Collection is Chisholm, a John Wayne one, which again I've not seen. I only got this in the last, I think I definitely only got this one in the last month. But it's not out over here on Blu-ray, I don't believe. So again, when it was cheap on Amazon Germany, I took it. Now, I've got all these films to watch. I can choose when I want to watch them. I'm happy to do that. You know, people give streaming a hard time. Now, streaming does allow you to watch movies that are maybe not available on Blu-ray, maybe at a cheaper price, but I like to own them. I really do. And I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you're probably part of that. Recently, in this household, we have Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, and MGM. Now, I only pay for Netflix. My wife got the Amazon Prime. She had the Paramount Plus, the MGM, and the Disney. And I was just speaking to her about a couple of weeks ago and thinking, you know, that's a lot of money you're paying out. When you can't possibly watch all the content that's on them. So why don't you cut back on a couple and you can keep the money, or you can keep your money, and then you can always redo it later. For example, just cut out Disney Paramount Plus, which was £7 a month. MGM, which was £4, I think, or £5, so that's 12. And then Disney Plus as well, I think that's 11. So that's £25 a month. So cut all of those three things, and then on the Tesco Clubcard app, if you've got Tesco Clubcard at the moment, you can get three months Disney Plus with the one we add. So if you do want to do it, you can do the free trial. The Paramount Plus, you got an offer came back, instead of paying £7, you can pay £4. And same with MGM, it goes £3. I'm like, so because we cancelled, you're going to give us it for half price. Why didn't you just do that in the first place, and we might have not cancelled? You know, they can clearly do that for new customers. They can clearly do that for everybody. But you know, so maybe we'll re-get them back when we're ready to do that. But with the physical media library we've got, is there a need? It's a choice, isn't it? So, hope you've enjoyed my import collection part 2. And James rummaging about isn't disturbing you?
Hello.
What are you doing, getting strawberries?
Yes.
You got enough strawberries in your bowl there?
No.
In fact, come here and show them how many strawberries you've got in your bowl.
Oops.
Can they see that on the channel? My God.
Dad, point it down for a second.
Point it down. Right. You got enough strawberries in your bowl there?
No.
Right, okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on the Movie Mad channel. If you do want to comment and subscribe, that would be helpful too. I'm almost at 1,000. Well, I say almost. I'm 39 people away from 1,000. It would be nice to get there. And we'll see you next time. Oh, of course, comment on anything you've seen. Thank you very much. Bye.